Now, Hamas is a large organization. There are many militant groups that are not actually part of Hamas that are just lumped into it. The actual organization that is Hamas is extremely problematic. It is a tool, just like Israel, used by the United States to advance its geopolitical interests around the globe. It is not genuinely opposed to them. And now when I talk about Hamas or the Muslim Brotherhood, I always have people who don't want to accept this reality. And I went through a very similar process in 2011 when the Arab Spring began, the so-called Arab Spring. And I remember having the same conversations with them then that I'm now having with people who support Hamas now. They honestly believe that the Arab Spring were all of these Arab people rising up against these US puppet regimes in Tunisia, in Egypt. There were even articles claiming that Gaddafi in Libya was somehow secretly working with the Israelis, that Assad was trying to repair his relationship with the US, and that he wasn't supporting the cause anymore. And people who hated Israel so deeply, they wanted to believe that this was happening, that it was an uprising against both the US and Israel, and they completely bought into it. Back to Hamas. Again, this is all very relevant. It was the Muslim Brotherhood that ousted Hosni Mubarak. It was the Muslim Brotherhood that served as the foundation for the US engineered regime change operation in Syria, and Hamas emerged out of the Muslim Brotherhood. Hamas itself joined a US engineered proxy war against Syria, fought alongside other US armed and backed militant proxies. And now we see them storming into Israeli held territory, attacking military targets, entirely legitimate, as I've already said, but we also see them killing civilians, capturing and killing civilians, which is indefensible. And why? Why is Hamas doing that? And what exactly is their objective? Do we even know what their real objective is? Is it to overrun the entire Israeli military? Does anyone believe that that's going to happen? I don't think so. So what it seems like they're doing instead is just provoking Israel. To what end? Hamas's role seems to be to deliberately provoke Israel, to give Israel a constant excuse to militarize its population and to brutalize the Palestinian people. You see Hamas carry out these attacks, capturing these civilians, killing civilians, and this allows Israel to justify, at least in the minds of its own population, the brutalization of people in Gaza. People in Gaza are watching their families get wiped out. They're going to blindly rally around Hamas further. Hamas will carry out more atrocities. People in Israel will more blindly rally around the Israeli government. This is called a strategy of tension, and it's something that empires have used since the beginning of time, and it's something that the current global empire, the US-led unipolar world order, is using to drive Israeli-Palestinian hostilities, which in turn are used to shape and influence the entire region. And I just explained how they did that all from the Arab Spring onward.